What's going on YouTube? It's 10 Skill Garage, and if you've been paying attention to the RC community lately, you'll know that drag racing is becoming a super popular, exciting new adventure. So there's been a few purpose-built RTR drift cars in the past. Of course, Traxxas makes that funny car, and Team Associated, of course, makes the DR10. But it looks like a lot of people are building their own, whether it be with a short course chassis or a buggy chassis and putting like a pro mod body on it. And you're starting to see a lot of aftermarket manufacturers make stuff for drag cars as well. So I've been looking at some videos about how to build one, and it seems like most people are using either a Traxxas Slash or a Traxxas Bandit. And if you remember, about a month ago, I actually bought a Bandit, just kind of spur of the moment. And that video actually did pretty well. So I thought, I wonder if you guys would like to see how to convert that Bandit to like a pro mod car. So that's exactly what I did. I gave my Traxxas Bandit a drag makeover.
I'm a man in a dress.
No, not that kind of drag makeover. So let's take a look at all the modifications that I did to get it to this state here. And if you guys are interested in building your own Bandit slash dragster thing, I'm gonna put a list of all the parts that I used to build this one in the description below. So if you haven't seen my Traxxas Bandit video, I'll put a link for it right up over here. This Bandit started out as the cheapest Traxxas vehicle money could buy, $159. And how good is the fastest name in radio control for 159 bucks? We actually had a really good time with that thing. And when I was doing my research on these things, it seems like a lot of people started out with a two-wheel drive Slash and just put a bunch of Bandit parts on it. And I originally considered doing that, except, oh my gosh, was it expensive. Not only would I have to buy a two-wheel drive low center of gravity Slash, but then I'd have to buy all the Bandit parts that I already had on a Bandit anyway. So I went a different route and just ended up buying a low center of gravity two-wheel drive Traxxas Slash chassis. And it was really, really easy to take all the Bandit parts and throw it on this chassis. I mean, it took me maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes. The next thing you'll probably notice is these Proline wheels and tires. So these are Proline wheels, Proline Hoosier drag slicks. I was not able to find the tire already mounted to the wheel, so I had to buy the tire and wheel separately. Not a big deal. I also got the Proline wheels and tires for the front. Same thing, had to buy the wheel and tire separately. However, if you're building along at home, you will also need to get Traxxas hex adapters, 12mm hex adapters, because the Traxxas Bandit, at least the brushed version, actually doesn't run wheel hexes. The hex is actually like built into the wheel itself, so there's just a little drive pin on the stub axle. I also got the Traxxas receiver box. Now this is an optional thing. The receiver box that comes in the Bandit is a lot smaller, and the mounting holes for it don't line up with the Slash low center of gravity chassis. So to make things easier on myself, I just went ahead and bought the actual Slash receiver box, and I think it looks a lot nicer and neater in there. The cheap brushed Bandit uses Phillips head screws, and a lot of them are counter sunk heads. For these, I did need to buy a little package of some button head screws, but most of the hardware just swaps right over. And finally, I bought these Proline body mounts. This Proline set that I bought will fit the Bandit, the Stampede, and the Slash. Other than that, we're still running the stock electronics, stock servo, stock ESC, and the stock Titan brushed 12-turn motor. And of course, with such a fun build, I had to get a fun body for it as well. So I picked up the Protoform Corvette C7 Pro Mod body, and it is awesome. I painted it up a few nights ago, and I used more paint on it than the Titanic. And I made sure that I got some footage for you when I peeled off that protective film for the first time. Check it out. So I was actually able to build this thing on the cheap. You'd be surprised how little it took to actually convert this thing. Like I said, I'm gonna put a list of all the parts that I used down in the description below. And I know, yes, it's still got the brush system in it, but I wanna see how this thing performs with the stock system in it. And I'm really curious to see how it performs next to like a purpose-built, ready-to-run drift car. If only we had one. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. If this is your first time checking out the channel, welcome. I'm glad you found it. We like to do RC shenanigans like this all the time, and I've got some cool stuff coming up. I bet you can't guess what, so you're gonna wanna stick around. Let me know down in the comments section, are you guys into drag racing? Have you been thinking about building one of these? Is there a club in your town that races these? Let me know. I'm just getting into it, and I'd love to find out more. All right, guys, until next time, peace.